Hello everyone, welcome to the Red Men TV with your daily news. We're live, I am back, and Chris is gone forever. Well, not really forever, he's gone for 2 weeks on holiday. Welcome to the Red Men TV. Here we are. Good to know the stream's working. Yeah, if you want to interact with the show, you can do. I'm going to be focused on the YouTube comments, so please do interact with the show in the YouTube comments. But otherwise, if you're on Periscope or you're on Facebook, welcome. Don't forget that you're awesome people too. We've got a few news stories. Obviously, Mo Salah or Salah. What am I going with? I need to know an answer to this question. So put in the comments Salah with like an R at the end so I know, or Salah with just like with no H. Let me know which you think is the correct pronunciation in the comments below. I'll come on to him in a moment, figuratively. James Milner is the first news story I want to talk about, though. He's been interviewed by the official website, and I've got the quote here, so allow me to go directly for that. He said, would I say I'm a left-back now? I'd probably say utility man. I'll play whatever's needed. Whenever there's a leak, I'll plug the gap. I bet he didn't say it anywhere near as dynamically as I just said it. But it's interesting, isn't it, that, I mean, he is a left-back. But it does make you wonder a little bit about Liverpool's transfer policy this summer and what have you, and whether Milner genuinely is being considered as the number one choice for left-back next season, or has Klopp said to him, we're going to get a proper left-back in and you're going to go back into the pool, which means you're going to play centre mid, you might play on the wing a couple of times here and there. And I'll be perfectly honest, and I want to know your thoughts on this, please, in the comments. I think that's for the best. Now, here's the thing. I think James Milner had an excellent season at left back, and look, I'm a man prone to hyperbole, sure, and this might be one of those times, but I don't think it is. I think he did very, very, very well, and Chris and I looked a lot at the stats for Liverpool's players, particularly when you look at Milner and you compare him to the top left backs, the people you consider to be the best at that job in the Premier League last season, and particularly in an offensive sense, James Milner stacks up alongside all of them, and at the bottle to step up and take 8 penalties, scoring 7 of them as well. So again, I thought he was excellent, but I think it's an interesting thing that he's talked about where he's happy to play wherever. So either he's been told he's going to be more of a utility man next year, or he's not been told anything and he's just kind of throwing it out there and open that the manager maybe does use him for that. I don't think he played that one game in midfield against Stoke and he did not impress in that game particularly, but I think there were times last season when we were a little bit short in certain positions, and I think we could have done a lot worse to put Milner. I mean, go back another year, and he, for combined goals and assists, I think he was top from everyone in the team in a season that saw us obviously get to Europa League final as well. So, I'm happy for that. But I think a lot of people have said in comments on videos over the last couple of weeks, why aren't we being linked with more left backs? It looks like Ryan Sessegnon's going to move. Going to move to Spurs potentially, so that doesn't look like it's on the table for Liverpool anymore. Hopefully it opens the door for a signing left back. I think that'll be a very interesting thing, if nothing else. So moving on, Dom Solanke is going to be playing for the England under. I've done it again. He's going to be playing for the England under-20s at wrist o'clock, 12 o'clock in this country. England under-20s, the under-20s World Cup versus Mexico. He's in the starting 11. He's wearing the number 10 shirt. A lot of people watching this after the fact. So I want your thoughts if you watched it on his performance. I will probably have it on the office. We'll have a look and see what we make of it, but it's interesting nevertheless. Another little piece of news before we get on to the big stuff. Go on, Tom. LFC podcasting couch has donated 10 quid. Fucking hell. Can we have a round of applause emoji in the comments? And in real life. Well done. Wasn't what I was going for, but that was much better. Thanks very much. Everyone get onto the LFC podcasting couch. Not literally, but do listen to it nevertheless. And follow the guys on Twitter as well. Really, really good stuff. Anyway, Liverpool have got a blue away kit. Sort of for real. So they've released a special edition. It came out today. It's exactly the same as the green away kit, which we were good enough to unbox live-ish for outside Anfield at the weekend. It's almost identical, except instead of it being green, it's blue. and it commemorates 125 years ago Liverpool's first kit, which was blue and white. They're limited to, I think there's 1,892 editions, and only 600 could be bought from the official store. Apparently, I'm told that the vast majority of them have been sold already, which is mad. I've definitely not bought one. When we get it, I'll have a look. We'll do a video on it. We'll look closer up. This is fine as far as I'm concerned. Look, people will know What's the Show regularly. I lambasted that Adidas white and blue away kit. Absolutely hated it. Even though loads of kids loved it. Here's the thing, and they've done it right to some extent, is that it's not. They could have made that. They could very easily have just done that as the away kit. The fact that they've made it as like a separate shirt, someone say it's money grabbing, but you know what? Special commemorative things, one-offs, that kind of stuff. I'm not too arsed about it, basically because I've just spunked a load of money on it myself. I genuinely as well. I've genuinely not had it given to me. I'm a weirdo, what can I say? It's probably going to be terrible. Anyway, yes, the news that everyone's here for, and you've all waited for, and doubtless someone will time code in the comments to get to. Welcome. Mo Salah, the report at the weekend was a guy who was the Qatari reporter for beIN Sports, whose name completely escapes me, and I went back through Twitter and everyone's completely ignored the fact that he was the first one to say it now, because time moves on very quickly. Was reporting that the deal's done. Liverpool have agreed the fee, the personal terms were all agreed with Salah. And it's just a case of it being announced by Liverpool at some point this week. And I'm a bit sceptical about that, because for a start, all the reports were written in, I think it was Arabic. Either way, a language that does not have a character set of a language that I understand, so I had no way of translating it actively myself, accurately anyway. So I took it with a grain of salt, and obviously we're all waiting for the Melwood lean on this. But subsequently then Sky Italia made mention of it, and then since then a number of English journalists, so Chris Bascom as well, has basically said he expects the deal to be done and announced this week. Brilliant news, absolutely brilliant news. Now I know Chris talked about him a couple of times last week, and we will be doing a lot more. We're doing some really good transfer shows coming up in the next couple of weeks on the redmentv.com. Brilliant. You know, some people might be thinking, oh, it's not the big sign, and a lot of people will remember him from us trying to sign him and not getting him, and him signing for Chelsea and him not being a rip-roaring success for Chelsea. He's been boss for Roma, and I saw someone tweeted today saying like, "Oh well, we were creaming our pants." So I'm paraphrasing over Aquilani and Barini, like they were superstars in Italy. Nah, neither of those players were superstars in Italy. Aquilani was okay. Barini, we really had to wring every possible thing out of that. Like, oh, look at his movements. Oh, he only scored 9 goals or something, but it was it's very difficult to score goals. And say, yeah, not according to this guy, not according to our Mo, who's just scored goals for fun this season as a winger. And people saying, where does he play? Why, what about the left wing? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever, man. Do not care. Having someone of that quality in the squad makes Liverpool a better squad. And does he necessarily start? I don't know. Don't care. That's for the managers to sort out in a few weeks' time after he's had the holiday. All I know is that Liverpool, without Sadio Mane last season, were shit. Now, if we've got a player who is as good as, just as good as, he could even potentially be better. Maybe he's a bit worse. The point is that someone who's got pace, dribbling, an eye for goal, who can play on the right wing, can probably play from the left as well. Boss, I'm really happy about this. Now, reportedly, it will equal our record transfer fee of 35 million for Andy Carroll, although Bascom did say it will be our record transfer. So maybe just in terms of currency exchange rates or whatever, maybe it's slightly more than 35 million, but that's fine for me. And I'll be honest, I don't expect that to be the first time Liverpool break the transfer record this summer. Just saying, stay tuned. Oh, one thing as well I meant to mention, apparently we're going to match City and Chelsea for Van Dijk. We'll see. We'll see on that. It looks like City have stolen the march according to the papers, but I've heard nothing through the grapevine to suggest that that's actually the case. I would be concerned if Liverpool were paying, I don't know. Let me know, would you be concerned? If Liverpool have to pay 60 million and 200 grand a week to Virgil van Dijk, is that okay? Let me know in the comments. In fact, I will get to the comments right now. Just a little word for everyone watching. I've done a few of these things before I went away. theredmentv.com. If you want to go over there and subscribe, some amazing content. We did the squad rating show. There'll be a preview of that you can have a little check out of YouTube later today or tomorrow. We gave every single Liverpool squad member a rating out of 10 for the entire season with my full panel of people here. We've done season reviews. We've done keep, sell, loan with a live audience. We've done all kinds. We've done some amazing content. There's a 2-part stat show, look at breaking Liverpool's season down. And this week, there's some genuinely brilliant stuff. The transfer, the stock exchange show is coming back where we rate all Liverpool's players. We're going to look at transfers ins and outs. There's going to be a variation on the transfer committee game that we played with the Anfield Rap guys last season. All filming this week. All to come. redmentv.com. If you like the channel, if you want to support the channel, then it's £2 a month after your first month, which is free. redmentv.com/join. Get on it, support Red Men TV because it makes all of this possible. Anyway, let's have a look at some of your comments. So Salah, so Brad's Tank says Salah. Ahil Bukish says Salah. Okay, Mr. Munchie 64 Salah. Salah. See, no, you're not helping. There's some people, I think Salah, I think we're going to go with Salah from now on until I inevitably just say Salah because I'm weird. Okay, so someone's saying, Aaron J saying, Lacazette news? Vitrico 10. What about Lacazette? Bino, Lacazette. Vitrico 10. What about Lacazette? What about Lacazette? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Now, I did a video over on Mates TV, which is my YouTube channel. If you didn't know, go over there and subscribe to that, by the way. And I made Lacazette one of my dream signings if we were going to spend £200 million this summer. And then a lot of people would go, oh, he's going to Atletico. Yeah, he's not going to Atletico because Atletico have got a transfer ban and they're not allowed to register players for, I think, at least till January, possibly till next season. Correct me on that by all means. So it means that he could be open to a move. He could be. I've not seen enough concrete stuff around this. I think a lot of this is like the Daily Express. Ignore, by and large, everything the Daily Express says about transfers because the vast majority of it is clickbait bullshit. I like a lot of our videos. But at least we put you straight. No, there's not enough concrete stuff around the Lacazette stuff for me to really bother my ass talking about it. We'll do a little bit on it on one of the subscriber shows later this week just to keep it ticking over, I guess. But when we know a bit more about that, or it looks like more of a real thing, absolutely we'll talk about it. But I would very much like to see us sign Alexander Lacazette, if I'm perfectly honest. I actually did an interview with Robbie Fowler this week, which is going up on the site, where I asked him if we needed a 25, 30 goal a season centre forward. He thinks that we do, naturally, because he was one. And he talked about, do we need to maybe target someone like, kind of like Costa, kind of like Ibrahimovic, someone who's going to lead the line and score a bag full of goals. Go and check that interview out. And I totally agree with him on that. Nathan Songer says Van Dijk is worth every penny. I agree. I do actually agree in regards to, I've been fearful of Liverpool spending over the odds and blah, blah, blah. But I started reading Soccernomics, the book, last night, and it talks very much about how transfer fees are not so much important, so much as your overall wage bill. And that comes down to, it's not about spunking a load of money on players who don't deserve it. It's about the fact that if you're being competitive, you need to offer competitive wages to entice the best players to come to your club. And if we think Van Dijk is what we need, then we need to pay him a competitive wage. It's as simple as that. So I would very much be in favour of us spending whatever it takes. Although I do wonder, I worry a little bit with the spending power of those clubs, that have we maybe left it a year too late when Man City are happy to spend well over £200,000 a week on a player. Man United doing the same, or have been doing it for a couple of years. It's a lot. It's a lot of money, but ultimately it's the message that it sends. If we're able to go and get a player that are wanted by Man City and Chelsea, and all the papers are writing Liverpool off for this because they would expect him to join one of those two clubs. If Liverpool do that, it's not just getting your top target. It's not just telling the world that you're prepared to pay big money. It's telling world football that Liverpool mean business. And I think it sends a message to other players who are interested in joining Liverpool and to world football as well, that Liverpool are not to be fucked with, which is great. Yeah, and obviously people say he hasn't signed for anyone just yet. There's a video of him doing a little bit of back in training as well, which is very encouraging. So yeah, very good stuff. Let me just see. If anything more interesting, Bake, You'll Never Walk Alone, would love us to sign Varane from out of nowhere. I would love us to sign Varane from out of nowhere. Randy Orton style, just Peter Moore, just basically just shoot in from the side, take him out, drag his body back to Liverpool and put him out on the pitch. Bouge Button VVD is never worth 60 million and 200k a week. Gets half from Germany instead. That's an interesting point, actually. If anyone has any alternatives, if for any reason, look, if Van Dijk could simply just choose another club, and it would be no fault of Liverpool ultimately, we could offer exactly the same wages, and he could just decide he thinks Man City's a better fit or Chelsea's a better fit. Who would be your second choice? Who should Liverpool target instead of Van Dijk? If Van Dijk doesn't come off, let me know in the comments. The Duggars, I saw Andrew Robertson, Liverpool City Centre. Do you even know what he looks like? I've got no idea. He could walk. He could literally be sat there, and I'd be like, "Who's this random person in my studio?" He's not, by the way, just to clarify that. Yeah, Koulibaly, people are shouting out as potential returns. Keep Sacco is one. Yeah, another one for Koulibaly. Alex Papedi, Gasboy 92 says Bentner, and on that I'm gonna end your comments. But yeah, as mentioned, please do come over to theredmentv.com, support the channel, support the show, and if you want the Redmen TV to be the best it can possibly be, it's made possible by the wonderful people who do go to the website and subscribe. Other than that, if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, you can click here to subscribe to Redmen TV, there to subscribe to Mates TV, which is my channel, where I'm just going to start doing videos again after a week off, even though 70,000 people have watched me basically chat biff about spending 200 million, which is great. And there's a cool video that you might interest you. Go and watch that as well. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and see you back for more daily news